Good Tuesday morning on this July 29th. I'm meteorologist Byron Douglas. Hope everyone's having a great day. Welcome to our streaming program. We start this each weekday at 8:30. Mitch and Casey will be along with a look at the news here in a moment. And let's get you caught up here on the alert day. We'll take this full. Hey, the end is in sight. We do have the alert days on the board for today and then through Wednesday. And then we're going to take a big heat break for 5 to 6 days. Quick shout out to Corey, Dawn, Tina, Debbie. Thanks for tuning in. And Lacey. Yeah, there were some thunderstorms. Lacey's had a thunderstorm yesterday in Owensboro. We had some cool lightning pics. We had a pic from Santa Claus of a lightning and a rainbow. Ryan, and of course Mitch is on the on-deck circle. And there's a look at the extreme heat warnings. Generally, a few counties officially have been added, Jasper, Huntingburg, Du Bois, Perry, Hancock, and Ohio, but we're all in this one together. And then through Wednesday, yesterday at this time, there was a heat watch concerning Wednesday, but National Weather Service went with an extreme heat warning. And then by Wednesday evening, things are going to ease behind the front that's going to cycle on through. Here's the heat index forecast for today. And generally went up. If you're watching Jeff last night, he had a reading there of a dew point of 80 and then a heat index up to about 115. Maybe down a degree or two, but still anything above 100, definitely above 105. You see those areas there in purple. It's in that danger zone highlighted in our heat index outlook. The flooding guidance, generally, we were included yesterday on a level 1 thread. That's back through Iowa and Nebraska. Slow-moving storms. The closest lightning strikes were north of Nashville this morning and up to about Quincy, Illinois. And the best case for a few storms will be north and west of the viewing area. So we're not at risk for a flooding threat. We've had so much rain here in the month of July, and that's been the theme all year. However, for Wednesday morning we're fine, but if you have plans Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night, even though we're not looking at a large volume of thunderstorms, just 1 to 2 slow movers could produce some flooding. We saw that over the weekend in St. Louis. They had very few storms, but the ones they had going produced some flooding. Similar story on Thursday. And I think we'll be in good shape Friday and then through the weekend. There's a lot going on this weekend, which we'll highlight in a moment. A couple stops here on Doppler radar. A few showers. I'm looping the radar. I have to step out. Got some showers up towards the yellow polygon. That puts it up into about Rock Rapids, Iowa, so there's a warning there on the board. And let's take a look at the almanac page, headed for a high of 96. And I'm going to have more on 14 News at noon with Arden Gregory. Great program. You need to check that out. But here's one of our lowest record highs in the month of July. It's kind of vulnerable at 99, set back at 1940. We're scheduled 96, will be in the neighborhood, and a pair of nickels back in 1965. And then on this date in 1981, we had a high of only 73. Maybe you don't remember a lot about 1981. Mitch, how are you on 1981? No, I wasn't around yet. June, July, and August, that was the coolest day of the summer. On this day back in 1981, we did hit some upper 60s in late September of that year, just before the advent of the fall season. All right, let's run down some temps right now. It's 79 at Evansville. I'll take this full. Give you a break from seeing me. 81 in Hendo, 80 in Fairfield, Illinois. We had a little bit of fog out there this morning up towards Mount Carmel. Look at this dew point already. It's already at 75. Wow. Jeff, good morning over there in Savah. Thanks for all the weather reports that you give us there in western Posey County. Trained weather spotter. UV index, that sunburn time at 15 to 25 minutes, anywhere from about lunch into the afternoon. Love the cloud charts, showing some scattered clouds here at 3,000 to 5,000 feet and then above 25,000. I think this might be a little underdone as far as the cloud guidance because we have so much moisture at the surface with all the rain. I think we'll see more in the way of billowing clouds. But anyway, we're kind of in that pattern of, we'll call it partly to mostly sunny. I showed you the heat index up as high as 110. There's a look at the temps, mid-90s. All right, to the latest guidance. Winds are out of the north. We've had some questions. How come it's not cooler with the northerly wind? Well, it's been hot to the north of us as well. It's actually warmer this morning up in Chicago. So there's nothing really to push on through. The front hasn't organized as of yet. So a few pop-up showers. I put in just a 1 in 10 chance this afternoon and then through this evening. So it will be less numerous today. And Wednesday, this might be a little underdone. I introduced a 20% chance for showers and storms. Now check this out. It's 7:30 tomorrow night, or Wednesday night. This will be as we kick out and officially the heat warnings come to an end. We do have some showers and storms that were scheduled the weekend before they arrive. So we have that potential on Wednesday night. And then Thursday, this is kind of rain, cooler. Yeah, it still will be humid with cloud cover on Thursday. Some spotty showers. This might be a little underperforming here with the latest guidance. So I'm calling for a 60% chance of rain on Thursday. The best setup would be during the afternoon and evening. Now the severe weather threats overall, generally kind of along and astride Interstate 64 up to the north, St. Louis, Indy, up to about Chicago. Now, right now it doesn't include a large hail or a tornado threat for your Wednesday, and we're pretty much not included anything on Thursday once the front's through. It's kind of some spotty rain, maybe a thunderstorm or two, but generally sub-severe. And again, the criteria for severe thunderstorm, winds at 58 miles an hour and 1-inch hail. With a thunderstorm at the general risk, you could still catch some winds at 20 to 30, and that would be about it. Here's the 7-day forecast. I'm going to take this fold and let you absorb that. Yeah, we have Volksfest going on this weekend, Strassenfest, and of course the Watermelon Festival up in Owensville. That gets started. Our engineer, Tommy Gore, works up there. He says, hey, don't forget about that. And they have the big parade in Owensville on Saturday. And in case you might have more, the pride of Gibson County will be up here in a moment. All right, Jeff Miller in Savah has 86 degrees. I appreciate all of you for the folks that are tuning in. Got you guys laughing. All right, I just made you. I made you the president of Gibson County. Look how I did that. All in favor? Everybody said aye. All right. All right, Mitch and Casey in a moment. Enjoy the day. Look at that cooler weather Thursday, Friday, right on through the weekend. The first weekend in August. Oh, Jim, 83 Saturday, 84 Sunday.
On your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Well, good morning, and thanks for joining us here for the news portion of our 8:30 stream show. It is Tuesday, July 29th. I'm Mitch Carter.
That's right. We are hanging on to the month of July barely here. Of course, the big headline has just been the heat wave that continues to sweep the tri-state. But as Byron talked a lot about this morning on Sunrise and here on the streaming show, there is an end in sight. Hopefully, we can all make it to the end of the week, and we'll need to get our winter coats out, it sounds like.
That sounds like it, yeah. Getting down to the 50s to start things off in the mornings there. But, of course, before we get into the weather, you just heard from Byron. We've got a couple stories here, a couple headlines pulled. In case you want to pull some video up, we'll get this thing started.
All right.
Let's kicking things off here. A new traffic alert's in place now on St. Joe Avenue. Water crews out there replacing lines between the Lloyd Expressway and Illinois Street. And there's going to be lane restrictions each day from 7 to 4 on the southbound side. Officials say all lanes will be reduced to 10 feet wide, and there will be one straight lane, 2 left turn lanes, and 1 right turn lane. Those restrictions, though, will be in place for about 60 days here. So if you travel there a lot, you'll have seen that. go ahead and get used to it. It's going to be a little while before things are wrapped up there.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, we want to let you also know about this one here as well, as work continues along Interstate 69 there in Madisonville. Transportation crews plan to close several ramps this week. So later tonight, crews are expected to close the on and off ramps at exit 116 and exit 117 over to Highway 41, all being blocked off from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. Crews will also be repaving the roads leading up to each of those ramps. So just a couple of traffic alerts we want to let you know about.
No
of course, there's some others going on in the area, but those are the top two we wanted to recap for today.
Always a lot of orange barrels there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lots of orange barrels in the tri-state.
And shifting gears here, Casey, take it away.
Yeah, so talking some sports news now. Of course, our tri-state girl here. Talk about a hometown hero. 14 News native here of the area, Lily King, is swimming in her final competition this week after announcing her retirement in June. So she's in Singapore for the World Aquatic Championships, swimming the 50 and 100 meter breaststrokes. On Sunday, she qualified for the 100 meter breaststroke semifinals. So she was back in the water yesterday trying to swim her way into the finals. Yesterday, she stopped on the clock at 106.26, but unfortunately for King, it's 9th overall, meaning that she will miss the finals. Still so much to be proud of, though. Now, that does mean that she was, this is for the last time that she'll swim that 100 meter breaststroke for Team USA. That was actually her bread and butter, if you recall, which she holds the world record for in a time of 104.13. Now, that is fast.
Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, that honestly wasn't even running through my head during that last 100. Just trying to race and get the job done. And, that's what happens sometimes. A couple days ago, I was thinking I was going to have to scratch 100 breasts. So the fact that I was able to come out and put together that race, I'm really proud of it. I think at this point, it's just keep a positive attitude. And, moping around is not going to do us any good. So just trying to be a good teammate.
All right, so now aside from maybe swimming in any of Team USA's medley races, King will turn her attention over to the 50-meter breaststroke event, and qualifying for that is going to be on Friday night, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Still so much to be proud of there, Lily King.
Absolutely. And back here at home here, happening today in Owensboro, OPD's Police in the Park event is heading to Moneta Sleet Junior Park for a day of fun with the community. Officials say the Hazardous Devices unit will be out there to show off some of the cool little robots they've got. And there will even be some free snow cones. Happening today from 11 to 1 there. Officials saying this will be the last Police in the Park event of the season. So if you've got any little ones out there that want to go check out some of those robots, today's the day for it, 11 to 1.
That's right, free snow cones. That'll get
That's
me
what it's all
anywhere.
about.
So yeah, all right. Yeah, so again, Tuesday here, the drill streaming show every day at 8:30. We'll have another one coming up later this afternoon at 2:30 where they're going to recap some headlines that'll be taking place on our evening newscast. Keep an eye on the weather out there today. It's going to yet again rinse and repeat, be another super hot one. It was already a muggy start even early when we got in this morning, so it is going to continue to climb. Download the 14 First Alert app, keep an eye on things, and that'll do it for us. Anything you want to add?
I think I'm all right. You crushed it. Yeah, absolutely. The weather's hot, no big deal there, but of course, as you mentioned there, and as Byron mentioned, some hopefully relief here in sight towards the end of the week. Looking forward to no longer being on alert every single morning. We'll take that. And, I think we'll just keep it pushing until tomorrow.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys same time, same place tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of your day, okay? Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you then.